Mind that breath, sitting up nice and tall. Taking a second. And remember too, since we're in the comfort of our own homes, if you want to grab blankets or pillows to prop yourself up on or use in any respect, anything that would help you, feel free to grab them and have them available. All right, just sitting up nice and tall, each vertebrae stacked one on top of the other, creating some length and some lift through the top of that spine, through that head. As we try to bring a little bit of peace, a little bit of quiet into our morning and into our minds, just bring that focus to that breath, lengthening and deepening each inhale, and lengthening and deepening each exhale. And as we inhale, just following that breath through that body, following that breath through that mind. And as we exhale, following that breath through that body, following that breath through that mind. And the next time you take a nice deep breath as you inhale, just draw those shoulders up to your ears. As you exhale, press those shoulders back and down. And again, as you inhale, shoulders up and shoulders back. So we're just pushing those shoulders back and down, rolling those shoulders out at your own pace, using that breath to guide you. Inhale and exhale. And then the next time you draw those shoulders up, bring those shoulders forward. So push the shoulders forward and around. So instead of going backwards, we're just going forwards. Little shoulder circles. One more time. And we're just going to press those shoulders back and down, lifting up through the top of the head as you inhale, and as you exhale, dropping that chin to your chest. And then gently rocking that head out side to side, right ear, right shoulder, left ear, left shoulder. Let's take that head in a half neck circle. So bring up that neck a little bit, but with the chin passing through center each time, right ear to the right shoulder. Go ahead and hold it here. Press that left shoulder down away. Create some space through the side of the neck. Take a little stretch, take a little hold. And then relax that shoulder and take that left ear over to the left shoulder. And again, just push that right shoulder down away, create some space to the side of the neck. And then relax that shoulder again a couple more times. Just rock that head out side to side. A little more limber, a little more loose. And then we're going to bring that chin down towards our chest and just hold it here. Push the shoulders back and down. Just create a little space through the back of the neck. And then inhale, bringing that chin up off that chest. You can open those eyes, hands down beside you. Let's inhale the arms up and exhale and fold forward. Seated forward fold, head, chest, and body coming as far forward as you can go. If you have any props, you might want to take them out from underneath. And just bring yourself forward, stretching through that spine, stretching through those hips. And then again, as we inhale, nice tight core, head up, and all that body's gonna come up together. Let's take those legs all the way up from underneath us and just extend through those legs, flexing through those feet. Inhale up and exhale and fold over those legs. Now again, stretching that back, but also stretching those hamstrings now with them long. As we gently start moving this morning, making sure you just kind of take note of what's going on in that body, what your body is feeling this morning. And as you always know, if you feel any extra resistance and tension, feel free to back out of the posture a little bit. And if you feel any extra release in any postures, feel free to go a little deeper. And let's get a nice deep breath, head up, and then bring yourselves all the way up. Let's come up onto those hands and knees for some cat cows. Hands underneath those shoulders, knees underneath those hips. About shoulder width and about hip distance apart. Spread the fingers wide. Make your way into cat. Drawing that chin in towards your chest. And just holding it here, tucking that tailbone under. Taking that back into a nice curve, just wherever your body will allow. And pulling that belly button right in towards your spine. And then reversing that curl, tailbone lifts up behind us, and we take that gaze forward as we make our way into cow. Take those shoulder blades. And try to actively draw those shoulder blades together, keeping that belly tight, not forgetting about the front of the body, the abdominals, as we move through that back. And then rounding reverse. Cat cow. Inhale. And exhale at your own pace. Stretch that back. One more time each way. And then to cow. And then let's make our way to a neutral spine, whatever a flat back would be for you. We're going to thread the needle, and we're going to start with the right arm reaching out to the right, nice and long. We're going to take the right arm all the way underneath that left arm. We're going to come down to we're resting on the side of the head with that right arm threaded through with that palm up. And then that left hand can stay beside that head. If you want to take the left arm into more of an active stretch, you can take that left arm up. You can drape it behind your back, or you can take that left arm down in front with the palm down, or you can do a little bit of both. If you have any neck stability issues, I would definitely recommend keeping that left hand right beside that head to help stabilize so that we're not just resting on the head. So got those hips lifted up over those knees. But first actively trying to take that right shoulder and right arm through a stretch, and then the left arm just comes along wherever you'd like it to be. I'm just taking a couple more nice deep breaths right here. Inhale, exhale. All right, and then if that left hand's coming anywhere else, put it right back beside your head, and then let's go ahead and bring ourselves up and take that right arm up and just give it a little bit of a twist, staying on those knees for just a moment. So just reaching a little bit of openness through the side of the body, and then from here we're going to roll over onto our left hand and our left knee into a modified half moon. So coming here onto that left knee as we roll and open up, take that right arm up, reaching up over that shoulder. Reaching that right leg long, pointing through that toe, trying to get that right leg up at that hip. Left knee is underneath the hip, left arm underneath the shoulder. And from here, reaching down, grabbing a hold of that right ankle with that right hand. So right ankle into the palm of the hand, just opening up through the front of the hip for a moment. Just push that ankle into the palm of the hand. You can take that head and that neck anywhere it's comfortable for you. You can look down, you can look forward, you can even look up. But if you do have any neck issues, we recommend you keep that neck in a nice neutral line with the rest of the body. One more breath. And then from here, we're going to release that arm and release that leg back where we came to our modified half moon. We're going to come up onto that right foot. And as we do, we're going to take that right arm down, that right leg, and take the left arm over and reach. So a little side body stretch on the left side of the body. Into our gate pose here, just coming over to the side. One more breath. And then from here, we're just going to cartwheel those hands back down, come back onto that right and that left knee. Couple cat cows right here, round and reverse. Just give that spine a little stretch before we go to the other side. And then once again to that neutral spine, whatever your flat back may be. And take that left arm out to the side, reach long, and then underneath the right arm, threading the needle coming down. And as they say, whatever your flat back might be, you might have a natural curve in your back, so you might not be able to ever get your back super flat. And that's okay. It's just when we relax the back and the abdominals, it's just wherever your body comes to, whatever your body naturally rests. Remember that right arm anywhere you want to put it, behind the back and on the front, or just beside the head. That right hand's come anywhere else, back right beside your head, it's right beside your face, so you can see it, push into it, bring that left arm up, just twist, reach up with that left arm, staying on the knees for a moment. Oh, hello, kitty. Hey. All right. Legos come for yoga. All right. Then from here, go ahead and open up into your modified half moon. I'm just trying to find some balance. Again, right arm underneath that right shoulder, right knee underneath that hip. But again, if you're a little bit not exactly quite underneath, just wherever's going to give you the most stability and let you be able to hold for a moment. And then left hand reaches down, grabs that left ankle. Also, too, if you can't get to the ankle, taking props like a towel or a tie can also help you. So again, since we're in the comfort of our own homes, anything you want to gather to use, pushing that ankle into the palm of the hand, pull that heel away, open up through the left hip, take a little stretch. And then from here, release that arm, release that leg, bring it back up. And then we're going to bring that left leg down as we bring ourselves up and reach down that left leg and take that right arm over and across. So coming into that stretch, get some room. You don't need too much room to move, but just enough to move about. And stretch long, and taking that right arm, reaching up, reaching over, taking the stretch to the side of the body. One more breath. And then again, cartwheeling our hands back to where we came from, back to both knees, come down into the forearms. This time, give me a couple cat cows here, round reverse. And one more time each way. And then we'll make our way back again to that neutral spine, hands down, down dog. Curl your toes if your hips come into your downward facing dog. And for those of you who don't know Diego, this is Diego. Diego always likes to come in for yoga. Doesn't like to participate very much, but he loves to come and observe. Such as a cat, right? And steal my pillow or my blanket. He's just gonna take a nap. Alrighty, then let's look towards those hands and let's walk the feet to the hands to a standing forward fold. Feet about shoulder width apart, head, chest, and body coming towards those legs, lengthening through the back and the hamstrings as we try to draw it all together. And then inhale to a flat back. You can take those hands to those shins. You can keep those hands on the ground, whatever works. Push those hamstrings back. Try and lengthen from the hips through the crown of the head. So trying to pull that crown of the head forward without actually shifting that weight forward. And try to push those hamstrings back behind you. And then exhale, release back to that forward fold. Inhale, arms up to the side, head up, chest leads, flat, flat, back, up, up, up we come, all the way up to standing, and bringing the hands up and down and around. All right. And as we're up now for a little bit of balance, again, since we're in the comfort of our own homes, if you need any help with balance anytime, feel free to get something close to something to hold on to or stand up against a wall. But first, we're just going to be coming into our tree pose. We're going to be standing on the left leg and starting with that right leg coming anywhere into your tree. Now remember, if you do need help with balance, easy thing to do is to take your toe out, keep your toe close as a little kickstand. But if you'd like to move that right foot up anywhere above or below where that knee bends, just not on that knee joint, just feel free if you want to get it somewhere. Once you get there, try and draw that knee out, that right knee out and open, standing up nice and tall, shoulders stacked over those hips. And to find your tree, keep your hands at your heart center for just a moment, get a little balance, get a little stability. And then just with a little bit of movement. First, we're just going to gaze up a little bit. And we're going to gaze down. So if you're just having a hard time standing here, just keep the head steady. But if you're up for a little challenge, take the head up, take the gaze up, take the chin down. One more time. And we'll bring it back to center. And from here, if you'd like, you can open up your tree. You can keep the hands together. You can open up, just standing up nice and tall. So, and finding that place that works best for you. And again, if you do need that help with balance, keep that foot close. And try and challenge a little bit. I'd rather see you lift your foot and have to put it down quickly versus just keeping it there and not taking that challenge. So do what works. As again, if you'd like more challenge, head up, chin down. So again, just now moving the head, just a little bit of movement for a little bit of challenge. Up and down, one more time. And then bringing ourselves back to center. Stand up nice and tall. And bring those hands down to our heart center. And then as we release that right leg, we're going to cross it over the left. So as we cross it over, so we're going to fold forward, make sure you've got both feet firmly planted on the ground. So adjust yourself when you're ready. Inhale the arms up, exhale, fold forward. All right, standing forward fold, just with that right leg crossed over that left. So folding into those legs, you can a little bit more of a stretch through the side, left side of the body. We're going to walk the hands over a little bit to the right now too. So now to try and get a little bit more of a stretch through the outside of the left leg, from the outside of the knee to the outside of the hip, that IT band, just walking ourselves over a little bit to the right. And then bring ourselves back to center. Just hold, lengthen those legs as best as you can. This would be the place to where if you couldn't get the hands down to the ground and you had a yoga block, or if you don't have a yoga block, a big thick book or a couple books to stack could be a good useful tool. And then let's inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest leads, nice flat back, up, we come. Coming up, bringing the hands down around. Back to center. And then once you get there, go ahead and then cross, shake it out, do what you need to, and get ready for the other side. So when you're ready, ground your weight on your right leg, left foot again. If you want to pick it up, just avoid that knee joint. You don't want to be pushing into that knee joint. Look at that kitty cat. What's in there? The cat's freaking me out. He's like totally staring at something in there. I'm like, okay, what is in there? In the corner. All right, so find your tree, find your balance. First find it. Start with the hands again at the heart center. And if you're not up for moving the head either, what you might want to do is try to challenge is close your eyes. But if you are, take your gaze up, take your gaze down. So again, just a little bit of movement. That head, challenge that balance a little bit more. One more time. Once again, bringing ourselves back to center. And then taking the arms up. Again, if you want to open up that tree, you can, or if you want to keep the hands together in temple, whatever works. And again, though, if you need help with balance, remember, feel free to get close to something you can hold on to, or even lean up against, whatever will help you best. Wherever you are. Again, a little more challenge if you want it. Chin up, head up, a little look up, a little look down. And a little look up, and a little look down. Take that knee, draw it out and open. A little look up, a little down, and then back to center. And then bring those hands back down to our heart center. And then as we release that left leg, again, cross it over the right. Make sure you've got both feet firmly planted on the ground. Let's inhale up. And let's exhale and pull forward. So this time, stretches out through the outside of the right leg. So the leg that's behind, or there's whatever leg's behind you, is the IT band that we're aiming to stretch. Bringing that body all together as best as you can. And we're walking those hands over a little bit to the left. Again, if you have the right leg behind you, walk the hands to the right. And then from here, bringing it back to center. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms out to the side, head up, chest leads, nice flat back, up we come, all the way up. Just standing, bringing the hands down around. And then And you can uncross those legs. You can give it a shake. Alrighty, and then making our way down onto the ground, so making sure you have some room to move yourself about. Taking a nice deep breath, inhale up, exhale, folding forward. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, release. Take those hands down, walk or jump into a plank. Into a nice strong plank, pull that belly in, hands underneath your shoulders. Come and hold. Remember too, if you need to ever modify a plank, you can always come to your knees if needed. Come to your plank, come and hold. One more breath. And then from here, slowly chaturanga, slowly lower down. You're doing that tricep push-up, lifting up to your up dog. And then to your down dog, curl your toes, lift your hips, push back into that downward facing dog. And then let's lift that right leg up behind you, nice and high into your down dog splits. And then we're gonna bend the knee through a plank underneath the body between the hands. And inhale and come up to a high lunge to bring yourself up. Bring the arms up with you, come into a high lunge. Remember, if you need to modify this, you could come down onto your back knee if you need to come to a low lunge. Let's bring those hands together. We're gonna twist. Take the left elbow above the right knee as we just twist to the right. Taking that left leg, making it nice and long. And then as we bend into that front knee, you got that front knee over the ankle. We're not pushing that knee out over that ankle. One more breath. And then just coming back up into our high lunge. And then into our warrior two, dropping onto the inside of the back foot, open up the hips, open up the arms, and bend into that front knee. So now we've made that left leg nice and long. We're not locking out at that knee. We do have that leg straight, and in order to avoid locking that knee, taking that left heel, aiming it down just a little bit towards the right corner of your mat. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, bend into that front knee. Take a look for those toes. Make sure you can still see those front toes. We're gonna look for them. Holding it here, squeeze those shoulder blades, reach long with those arms. Holding it here. Like I said too, if you do own any yoga blocks, or even like I said, a big thick book, I'll help you use those if you have them as we make our way into our half moon. Well, first right here, first, we're just staying here, right palm comes up, come into reverse warrior. So just reaching back, that left arm down that left leg, right arm comes up and overhead, wherever it will go, behind, again, gazing anywhere it's comfortable for your head and your neck. One more breath. And coming back into our warrior two. Alrighty, and then from here would be, again, if you do only blocks and you want to have it to help, you can use it on any level or even a book, or if not, it's out of the way because we're going to push our body weight onto our right foot. And then as we do, we're going to keep our right hand down. We're going to open up our left hip and take our left arm up as we come into that half moon. Again, here would be, or if you had a book or a block, you could use it at a lot of different places. You could put it in the outside of that back foot. Try and reach in here if you need to modify. Again, the easiest thing to do with this is if you have a wall to stand up against. So feel free to get there, use that. Try something. Lengthening through that right leg, lengthening through that left leg, trying to open up through that hip. Take that left arm up, nice and long. Again, your half moon. Also another option here would be to come to that right knee and go to where we began, where we were on our knee in our modified version. Take a couple more breaths. Inhale, exhale. One more breath. And then all we're going to do is release that left leg towards the right and fold forward. And also too, a block or a book can be used here at different heights. You can't get those hands to the ground, so worthwhile investment if you don't have any, but like I said, something in your home could be used just as well. Stack of books or a big thick book. Take a couple more nice deep breaths right here. And And then from here, take those hands down, walk or jump back into a plank. If you want to jump, you would just bend those knees, flip those feet back to your plank. Pull that belly in, stay here for a moment, and then toes, push the shoulders slightly in front of the wrist, slowly chaturanga, lift up to your up dog. And then when you're ready, to your down dog. Coming into that downward facing dog, take a minute here, regroup. Let's lift that left leg up behind you, nice and high to your down dog splits. Just lift that leg up, bend the knee, swing it forward. In between the hands, if you didn't get there, pick it up and move it before you come up into your high lunge. Lift yourself up, body up, chest up, arms up, bending into those knees. Again, remember too, modification for that high lunge would be to come to that knee in that low lunge, or if you need more stability, just keep the legs closer together. And just don't bend into that front knee as much. But you know, you want to watch that knee placement so that we don't overstretch those tendons and ligaments in that knee. Knee over the ankle, a little behind, okay, but don't be pushing that knee out over that ankle. If you can't see yourself in your screen, easiest thing to do is make sure you can still see those toes without having to go look for them. Take a couple breaths right here. And then let's bring those hands together and twist. Right elbow above that left knee, twist to the left. And again, feel free if you need to. Don't be afraid to tap that knee down if you need to take a knee. Keep breathing. One more breath. Back up to our high lunge. One more breath here, and then to our warrior two. Drop onto the inside of the back foot, open up the hips, open up the arms, bend into that front knee. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, reach those arms long. You can take that gaze out of those fingertips. But again, neck and head placement, really anything that's good for you, as well as anything else. Whatever works for your body, works for me. And then from here, left palm up, reverse, coming back, right hand down that right leg, keeping that lower body positioning right where it was, and just changing that upper body positioning from the hips up. Keep breathing, inhale, exhale, a couple more breaths. And then from here, back to our warrior two. And then as we come into that half moon, first we're going to cartwheel those hands down beside that left foot. And again, if you've got your blocks or your books, and we go to the outside of that left foot, we're going to go ahead and push off with that right leg. And then we're going to take that right arm up and reach. And again, the blocks or the books really help, especially depending on the length of your arms. My arms are kind of short, I think. I always have a hard time. A block always makes it a little bit easier for me to get myself where I need to be. As we lengthen that left leg, lift that right arm, lift that right leg, long and long. Try to make everything nice and long, looking anywhere it's comfy, anywhere it's going to help you with your stability and your balance. Remember, if you need to modify, go to your knee, right? Take a couple more breaths right here. Inhale, exhale. And then from here, release that right leg and fold forward. And also two blocks or books or whatever props can be used here in your forward fold. Two, if it feels good, you can walk it out. If you need to walk it, go for it. Take a second, just fold and hold. And then from here, hands down, walk or jump to your plank. Remember, if you want to jump, bend the knees, lift the feet back, try and land lightly. And to your plank, chaturanga, to your up dog, and then to your down dog. And when you're down dog, take a couple breaths, relax, release. And then from here, all we're gonna do is come forward to a plank. So we're gonna let the hips come forward, and we're just gonna come back into a down dog. So come forward into a plank, a little bit of core, a little bit of back. As we come forward and back. And then coming back. One more time, coming forward into our plank. Holding here. And then from here, chaturanga, lower yourself down, but we're gonna stay on our belly as we make our way into cobra. So hands, as we lower down, we're just gonna keep the hands exactly where they were, which probably was right underneath the shoulders. And then we're just gonna use those low back muscles as we squeeze those triceps and pull those elbows in towards body to lift that upper body up. So coming into cobra. And then from here, releasing ourselves down. Just keeping that head down for a moment. Let that back release. If you want, you can shake those hips. Side to side, low back release. And then bring it all back to center. And then once again, lift yourself up into that cobra. Different than our up dog. So we're using those low back muscles to lift. And then release. And again, just keeping those hands there. If you can release them if you need to. But release that low back one more time. And bring it back to center. One last time. Back into your cobra. And then from here, go ahead and release. And then from here, we're going to sit back into a child's pose. So push ourselves back, knees apart, feet together, arms forward. Just take yourselves into a child's pose. Reach the arms long. And then try and walk the arms together so that the thumbs are touching. So stretching that back a little bit differently and those arms a little bit differently. And then from here, walking the arms out to the side, and just in a T, try and walk the arms out, make them nice and long. If you have any neck issues, we recommend keeping the hands at the head so that you're not resting on the forehead, but you can rest on the forehead. And then from here, bring the arms in. You can circle those wrists. Just let those arms bend. And then circle the wrists one way and then the other. And then from here, taking the arms back behind you, one palm up, the other. And just sitting back onto those heels, resting on the forehead. Let those shoulders now relax. And then from here, one hand and then the other. And very, very slowly, let's bring ourselves up. Let's go ahead and cross those legs. And we're sitting back. And then as we sit back, a little bit of boat, a little bit of core. And if you want to come easy into your boat, you can take the hands to the hamstrings, take the hands to the shins. But if you want to start with the arms out at the side, just sit back into that V position where that you're lifting from the hips all the way through the shoulders, and then slowly lift those legs. Keep those inner thighs, squeeze them together. If you would like, you can extend those legs. If you can, not necessary. You can also hold on to those legs, roll those shoulders back and down. There's lots of ways to come into a boat. Lots of ways, lots of options. Just find something to hold. Couple more breaths. And then we're going to release our momentum forward and fold over those legs. So coming forward, releasing head, chest, and body towards those legs. Give it a fold. Before we go and do that again, we're going to bring ourselves up. We're going to come into a seated figure four. So we're going to bend the knees, and then we're going to take the right foot and cross it over the left. So, and then we're going to put the hands are back behind us underneath the shoulders, and then we're just going to walk those feet in a little bit closer, as close as you can go. We're going to push that right knee out. So just a seated figure four. A lot of times we do this reclining. Here, just try and get a little stretch through the hips, flex through that right foot. We'll stretch through that hip. We'll stretch through the shoulders as we open up through the shoulders. And then from here, go ahead and release, uncross, and just cross the other way. And you can start with the legs again a little further out to get that leg crossed. And then as you can, walk that right foot in and push that left knee out and open. All right, one more breath. And then from here, scoot, release, uncross, and get ready for another boat. So again, wherever you want to start, with the arms, start with the arms long first, feet on the floor. And then too, even if you can't get into that boat, you can lean back. If you can't lift those feet, keep them down. But if you can, lift, extend if you need to. Do what works. Find some place to challenge. And that challenge might come and might go. So wherever works. Take a couple more breaths right here. Keep that belly strong. Remember, it's your challenge. It's whatever works for you, whatever works for your body. One more breath. This time we're going to release those legs and release those arms overhead as we lie back. So lay long, point through those toes, reach through those arms and give the entire length of the body a stretch. So you should be feeling a stretch in the abdominals and the belly, in the back. And then from here, while we're here, working on that core a little bit, let's bend those knees, put those feet on the floor, and let's lift the hips up into bridge. So we're bringing ourselves up into a bridge. So lifting that pelvis up, lifting ourselves up into a bridge, squeezing those inner thighs together. So just coming up into a bridge. Come and hold, squeezing the back side of the body to lift the front side of the body. One more breath. And then we're going to slowly release ourselves down. And now instead of having those feet directly underneath the knees, we're going to walk each foot out a little bit in front of the knees. So we're on the heels and the toes are lifted and pointed up. And then we're just going to slowly lift up into that bridge. So a little bit different bridge with those legs a little longer, toes up, heels down. A little bit different back side of the body that we work. A little bit more hamstring along with the buttocks, along with the back. Just lift and hold. Keep breathing. And then from here, slowly, go ahead and release ourselves down. And from here, bring one knee into the chest, bring the other. And then from here, take the hands either to the outside or the inside of the feet and come into happy baby. You can go to the outside, insides. You can fully extend those legs. You just extend where it works. Then just give it a little rock. And then from here, as we bend the knees, take a loose hold below the knees and the shins and circle the knees one direction. And circle the other way. Or you can even put those hands on those knees and use them to drive, entirely up to you. And one more stretch for that back. Kick those feet down, feet underneath the knees, arms out to the side of the T. Drop the knees to the right and look to the left. It's a little gentle low back stretch. And then bring those knees to center, drop them to the left and look to the right. Bring those knees back up to center. And next up, as we make our way into our final posture for Shavasana, traditional is our corpse pose. Corpse pose is with those legs extended, arms extended, palms up, and letting those legs relax. But I always encourage you to go anywhere that's comfortable for you, someplace that you can just take a moment to close those eyes, slow down that body and that mind and that breath, and bring ourselves back to that quiet, calm place where we began our practice this morning. Just taking a few minutes here, close your eyes and just continue to breathe. And slowly bringing some awareness back into that body and that mind. You can move those fingers, those toes, those arms and those legs. Circles side to side, or even that head can go side to side. Whenever you're ready, rolling over onto the side of your choice. Anyone who's pregnant should go left. Everyone else can choose a side. And remain here for a moment. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. And that's a quote from Albert Einstein. Whenever you're ready, using that outside arm, push yourself back up to your seated position, back where we began. And as we continue to move, keep moving in a direction, maybe unknown, maybe we know where we're headed, but keeping moving and coming to our yoga practice each week is a good part of keeping us moving. And I'm so glad that you guys joined me. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and weekend, and hope to see you next week. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. If you want to unmute